On today's episode of Foxy Has Too Many Akai Things, this Akai PM-R15 portable cassette player. Launched in around 1995, it probably cost around 100 coins. I don't know which coins and I don't know if that's correct at all. I could not find any information about this thing. So I went into this pretty much blind. I also had to fix this and I had no information about that either. But I do have some specs. So it runs off of 2 AAA batteries, that's really nice. It has Dolby B noise reduction in auto reverse and a super bass system that only sounds good with Apple AirPods. On this side it's nothing. On this side are the transport controls. It does not have motorized front port, so basically you just have to press it yourself. The Dolby noise reduction switch, the direction of the tape playback. It has a lock for the door. On the inside, well, stuff. On the top side you have the super bass slider that I never use, a volume control and the headphone jack. On the bottom is the model number and a clip that surprisingly still works. The top is metal, by the way, really nice. From a manual I found, well, it's not a manual, it's a brochure. I found it weighs 170 grams, it's 25.5 millimeters thick. It supposedly has 0.2% one flutter and 2% total harmonic distortion. And the signal to noise ratio is supposedly 46 decibels. I don't believe that, honestly. I think it should be better. It has an anti-rolling mechanism, which makes sense because it's auto reverse. When I initially got it, it ran a little slow, so I went to adjust that, and then the potentiometer broke, so it ran at nightcore speed. I replaced the potentiometer with something really sketchy, and then it was drifting like crazy. Like in 10 to 20 seconds it would go to like nightcore speeds. So that was probably bad caps, so I set out to replace those. And that fixed the issue eventually. Here you can see me perform half an hour of work in a minute of time. I firstly took apart the unit, then had to desolder most of the wires because Akai did not use ribbon cables or anything like that. Then I could flip the board over and check all the capacitors that had to be removed. I then removed the capacitors and put new ones in. These are from Rubicon and Nichigon and also Kemet, so these are pretty high quality. I also replaced the potentiometer, which I gently put in, with a proper one of the proper size, and then I had to resolder everything, put it back together and calibrate it. What I really did not like about this is the lack of documentation. Luckily everything is clearly marked on the board, so that helped a bit. The next step was to put everything back together to then calibrate the player based on a tape I recorded on my Akai GX-F31. You can see a video about that as well. This was a pretty straightforward process. I used a program on my computer and threw the line in on that, which is not accurate, but it's good enough for me. To calibrate the speed to 1 kHz test tone and to air based on some music. And now for the long anticipated sound test. Will it sound any good? While it does not have any Chrome setting, I will be using a Chrome tape, a Maxell XL2, with some recording from the YouTube audio library. I will be recording it straight into the line input of my computer.
But I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the noon. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss. Screw
In my opinion, it sounds pretty decent. Let me know your opinion in the comments. If you like this video, you know what to do. If you didn't like this video, you also know what to do. Thank you very much for watching.
Feel so outdated. How can we look the other way? Sun is out.